スカイリムドーンガードを引き続きプレイをしていきます。前回ね、ここにいるビルスール、ギレルモじゃなくてなんだっけ、ギレボルか、ギレボルの弟なんですけど、倒しました。でですね、セラーナの、父親が狙っていたその娘の血と弓ですね、アーリエルの弓というのがそう合わさるとですね、強大な力を得られるという話があったんですが、その話を作ったのはこのビルスールのようですね。で、作り話ではなく本当にそういう能力が得られるということらしいんですけど、で実はこのビルスールもヴァンパイアだったんですね。なんか弟子がヴァンパイアで、その弟子にですね吸血されてヴァンパイア化されたとしてしまったということで、その血とアーレルの弓を手にすればっていうところで、なんでしょうね、狙っていたというところなんですけど、で、ビルスールはもうこれ倒れたので、あと残るはセラーナのお父さんということになりますね。はい。で、このビルスールの兄であるギレボルですね、この祠の話をしてくれた司祭なんですけど、彼に会いに行って事の次第を伝えに行きたいと思います。で、いるじゃんそこになんだよいるんじゃないの。こんにちは。
So the deed has been done. The restoration of this way shrine means that Verther must be dead, and the betrayed no longer have control over him.
裏切られし者のせいではなかった。
What? What are you talking about?
彼は吸血鬼で、その力を使って彼らを操っていた。
A vampire. I see. That would explain much. Deep inside, it brings me joy that the betrayed weren't to blame for what happened here. Because that means there's still hope that they might one day shed their hatred and learn to believe in Oriel once again. It's been a long time since I felt that way, and it's been long overdue. My thanks to both of you.
どういたしまして。
You risked everything to get Oriel's bow, and in turn, you've restored the chantry. I can't think of a more deserving champion to carry it than you. If you wish to learn more about the bow, or obtain sun-hallowed arrows for it, I'd be more than happy to help. You've but to ask.
いや、欲しいです。
Please, take the bow. It's yours.
はい。そちらはこれからどうするんですか?
Even with Verther gone, and the inner sanctum destroyed, my duty as a Knight Paladin of Oriel remains. I have been sworn to protect this veil and everything it represents until I die.
なるほど。
For the time being, they will remain open.
閉ざされないんだね。
If remnants of our kind who escaped the betrayal at the hands of the dwarfs exist out there, perhaps they will find this place one day.
了解。
May Oriel keep you free from harm.
あなたにも。よーし、来た。アリエルの弓ゲットです。やったよ。同類の判断。あ、次はお父さんのだね。
Not as shiny as I was expecting. Still, it's beautiful.
どうする?
Well, before we spoke to my mother in the soul cairn, I would have said we bring the bow to my father. But after everything with her, I don't think we can trust him.
ならばやられる前にやるまでだ。弓があればこちらの言い分に耳を貸すだろう。どうしようか。これ選択で分かれるかな。弓があればこちらの言い分に耳を貸すだろう。これ行こうか。一応ね、セラーナのお父さんだし。
Have you been paying attention to everything that's happened? He'll betray us the second our backs are turned. No, he has to die. We have no choice.
決意が固いな。よし、じゃあ対決するか。
Thank you. Somehow I knew you'd
てか
understand.
もう選択肢なかったし。さあ、お父さんと対決ですよ。
So bright out here. I don't know how you stand it.
どこだっけ。ダークフォール。どうやって戻ればいいんだ。これは戻れるのか。
I trust you're faring well.
アーリエルの意味について何か知らないか。
The bow was said to be carried by Auriel himself into battle against the forces of Lorcan in ancient and mythic times. Its craftsmanship has no equal anywhere within Tamriel, and possibly beyond.
具体的な効果。
The bow draws its power from Aetherius itself, channeling it through the sun. Therefore, when an arrow is loosed from the bow, it produces a magical effect very similar to being burned by fire. That's actually only a fraction of its potential. With sun-hallowed arrows, you would be able to produce a much more spectacular effect, causing bursts of sunlight to envelop your foes. The sunbursts would certainly hurt anything, but is especially devastating to the undead.
ビルスールが血を使うと、そうだね、言ってたよね。
Well, using an arrow with the bow that's been dipped in blood may cause it to function differently, corrupting its purpose. That's, of course, if you're foolish enough to try it.
でも血って自分の血なのかな。そう、太陽神の矢はどうすれば手に入る？
I can actually assist you in that regard. If you were to bring me some good quality elven arrows, I could imbue them with the proper incantations and rituals.
作ってもらえないか？
Absolutely. I can only do 20 at a time, so if you want the rest of your arrows blessed, let me know. Absolutely. I can only do 20 at a time. Absolutely. I can only do 20 at a... Absolutely. I can only do 20 at a time. Absolutely. I can only do 20 at a time. Certainly. I can only do 20 at a time. But I'm afraid I'll need elven arrows. I'm afraid I'll need elven arrows if you want me to produce the sun-hallowed arrows. And it seems you're all out of them at the moment. While it would fill me with joy to see the Chantry back to its former glory, that time has long since passed. Now that my brother's dead, it's quite possible I'm the last of our kind.
とするとそちらの一族の絶滅に寄与してしまったことになる。まあそうですね。
There's no need for that kind of talk. I said it was possible. It's also quite possible that there are some other isolated conclaves of snow elves nestled elsewhere unknown. I'll also assume Vertha didn't exactly give you the option to stay your hand. For the time being, I will remain here on the Overlook and continue trying to keep the Sanctum free of the betrayed. You're always welcome to return here at any time, of course.
裏切られし者っていうのはやっぱり存在するんだ。
I feel nothing but sympathy for the betrayed, despite my actions against them. But I'm afraid that they're well beyond a cure at this point. The twisted forms you've seen didn't occur overnight. It isn't a plague or a disease that ravaged our species. The dwarves may have stolen their sight, but it took many generations for them to become what they are today.
裏切られし者ってそっか、あれですね、あのクリーチャーだ。
Perhaps they'll never return to their former appearance, but over the centuries, I've noticed a rise in their intellect. If a line of communication could be established with them, maybe they can find peace. It's the only way they'll discover that they weren't always malignant. They were once a proud and prosperous race.
悲しい過去があるんですよね、ファルメルってね。ドワーフの奴隷として使われてたんですよね。もともとエルフなんですけど、そういう話が確かあったな。なるほどね。
Farewell, friend. May the warmth of Auriel provide you strength.
同じまあ種族ですからね、言い換えればね。さあ、どうやったらスカイリムに帰れるんでしょうか。 そもそもここはどうやって来たんだ？どうしたらいい？ここマーカーでついてないもんね、ここ。じゃあ行きましょうか。これつけたら、あ、でもここに行けって言ってるな。あ、わかりやすい。やっぱダークフォールまで戻れってことか。ってことはあそこからまた長い道のりを歩いて帰るのかな。あ、ここまで来て、ここまで戻るんだ。なるほど。でこっちに行けばいいんだっけ？トロールがいるんだよね、ここの奥にね。そこいるよね。で、こっちに抜ければいいのかな。ついにね、セラーナの父親と対決する時が来ましたね。ドーンガードももう終わり近いですね。こっちでいいのかな。あ、思い出した。あの交差点のところを上に上がったら確か出口があったんだよね。こっちでいいのかな。思い出したぞ。一体ね、人が倒れていたとこがあったんですよね。そこまで戻ればいいんだ。これ何？岩？普通の倒れてる。どこだろう。ちょっと待って。岩か。落石があって、ここも落石があった。血がついてる。ここ前一回来てんのかな。お、あ、ここだ。思い出した。こっちですね。ちょっとね、体温めよう。よし、行こう。となくだけど覚えてるな。あの司祭のところに戻るには ファーストトラベルじゃダメか。ここをやっぱり通っていかないとダメなのかな。ああ、そうそうそう。でこっちにでこれは合ってるのかな。こっちかな。あー出た。やったー、戻ってきた。スカイリムですね。これで戻ってきました。